The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me is Swoosh and Jondo.
Hi.
Hello.
And this week we're going to start out with a quick update on something we talked about last week. Redfall. And
Yay.
particularly its rather meteoric fall from grace.
Yeah, this is a swan dive and a half, I swear.
It didn't exactly have a meteoric climb to grace.
Yeah.
It started low and then started digging.
I mean, they only fell about, one story, maybe. It wasn't too bad.
No, they started on the ground and then they dug down.
Yeah.
There was no fall.
Right. Yeah.
It was a mild trip.
No, dig up, stupid.
So, while getting player data from a lot of other sources is difficult, and we don't have access to it, we do have access to the player data for Steam. And given that Steam is one of the biggest places to buy and play games, particularly co-op ones, it's a pretty good indicator if things have gone good or bad for a game.
Yeah.
And Redfall peaked at 1,560 concurrent players, and as we speak of this recording, has 130.
Yeah.
This game came out on May 6th.
So it's lost 90% of its player base.
Yeah, it's sitting roughly about 10% of its original player base.
That's...
that is bad.
Because the devs have come out saying, people keep making fun of us. This is bad. It's don't release a product that people will easily make fun of.
I find it weird that
Jesus.
they seem surprised people are making fun of them. It's like, you threw a steaming pile of shit onto the internet,
Yeah.
and then got sad when they threw it back at you?
You released a steaming pile of shit in front of people that like making fun of steaming piles of shit. You really just
doubly
fed them.
so when you're such a renowned developer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a nobody and you dump a game out onto the internet, people pretty quickly forget it because you've never made a game. Who cares about you? But, when you're a company like Arcane, who's well known for their titles, what the fuck, guys? You can't dump this shit out here like this.
I understand, everyone has, an off, not everything can be a winner kind of thing. But this is the equivalent of, Tom Hanks walking onto the set of a movie and then just taking a dump on stage and walking away. So it wasn't a bad movie. It's so far, taken away from that context. It's not even the same thing anymore.
But this wasn't just we've done a thing and here it is. This was 2 years of hyped development.
Yeah. Very hyped.
They had to know what they were going to get out of this. And their best case scenario is that people stop playing and forget about it as quick as possible and hopefully have the money to produce another game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The best thing they can do right now is to pretty much bury their heads and get stuck into another game or a franchise they already have that people want and knock that out of the park and just forget this ever happened. Yeah.
Yeah, done. But I don't know if they're going to get away with it.
Look, I think they probably got enough rope from their previous successes that they'll get to make something else.
Yeah.
I don't think someone's taken them out the back of the shed with a shotgun yet. But it is a major blemish.
At least stick to theme, a steak.
However you want to do it.
All I want is for marketing departments to actually feel the offshoot of this kind of stuff, because half the time it's a marketing department's going through, oh no, this would be great, and all the developers in the background going, stop saying things.
Yeah, marketing shouldn't get looked at until after the game's a good way into development.
This should be an example of why you do not allow the marketing team advanced access to something at the start. Give them some basic shit, get some buzz, but nothing over the top. You don't want to give them something they can't.
I mean, this isn't No Man's Sky. They didn't say anything that didn't show up in the game. I can indeed shoot people. There are different characters. It is co-op. Just none of those things are good.
Yeah.
And like, I'd love. So we've been through the stats of what it is on Steam at the moment. Like, I'd be curious if we was ever able to see what it currently is via Game Pass, where people are only paying $15 to play this game instead of $70 on $100 and something on fucking Steam. We're in Australia. Forget about the Australia tax.
The price of that game is terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that it hasn't dropped further than it has is so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's a buggy piece of shit. Discount that fucking thing.
So, like, those numbers are only for Steam, so I would be curious to see what the player base is for other platforms, for, like, particularly Game Pass, where, again, you're only paying $15 or $20, whatever the fuck it is for your area, to try it like we did, and then uninstall it after trying it and saying, well, that was a waste of download. But
at least you tried.
Yeah, we gave it a go. Yeah, the only hope this company has is to have already had another hyped title from their back catalogue in development and try and pump that as quick as fucking possible, hopefully to rave reviews. Because
otherwise they're a bit buggered, I think.
Like, a lot of games companies seem to be like, if you drop a bad game, you've already tainted your next few games, you may as well just stop.
Like, everyone gets one. Like, you can have a really shit game. Like, that's fine. As long as you learn from it and get something better out next time. If they do it again, then it's like, alright, cool, then I'm just not buying anything from you until I know it's quality or becomes cheaper.
Well, it's the big thing that BioWare is currently fighting. Because they put out Andromeda, which was that, I don't know, the ship does not seem like it's going in the right direction right now. And then they did Anthem.
Yeah.
So they've got, Dragon Age Wolf something?
Yeah.
That's basically like, you either absolutely kill it, or... Guys,
they're also meant to have another Mass Effect in development.
But that's... Oh no, who knows fucking when.
Yeah, but Andromeda also got gutted for fucking Anthem, and Anthem got gutted for something else. Like, they kept pulling people off shit. There was a whole video I seen on the development of how fucking horrible they were, getting pulled away from it to play on other things.
So it was a constant mishmash of people who were being pulled off, or new guys being brought in, so they had to get them up to speed and then get them onto like the right things. Like, holy shit, why would you do this?
Like, they had to pull some people from old Mass Effect teams back in to try and get things even close to correct.
Yeah,
but like, it's as the postmortems that have been done on Anthem have quite shown, BioWare isn't BioWare anymore. It's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
it also comes down to like weird management as well. Like, that's someone being an idiot and moving people around that way. It's like, stop it. Unless there is a reason to remove them from this team, don't remove them. Just leave them be. Like, you don't have to.
The problem is, in a lot of those situations, the reason is they hurt my feelings. I don't like that person. I'm gonna screw them over.
Yeah, we are some finicky bitches in that industry, aren't we?
But yeah, so hopefully Arcane can pull something out of their ass and actually make something that people want to play. Like, and hopefully they drop that out quick, because they need to bury Redfall quickly. Like it's already lost players.
They wanted to play Redfall, but then we got a steaming pile of shit instead.
I mean,
like
I was pretty hopeful.
Yeah,
I was pretty keen, but then I was running on the, well, Arcane hasn't burnt me yet. I'm willing to give benefit of the doubt until it's in hands. And then it was in hands, and I'm like, my hands are covered in poopy.
Yeah. Like, I was sort of hopeful for Redfall until I seen a trailer that, to me, the trailer felt like a Far Cry spin-off, a bad Far Cry fucking take. And then I lost a little bit interest. And then as time went on and I seen more and more of it, I lost less and less, but I was still hopeful. I thought, fuck, maybe I'm just seeing it from a bad angle. They got a shit person to play this game, but even a good person playing a shit game is still a shit fucking game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That just reminds me of the fucking Anthem ad again. Gamers talking like, no, these aren't gamers. These are people being paid to say a script.
No. But they did the same thing for the Division and Division 2. They've done a whole heap. Oh yeah, the Division's fucking terrible for it.
Just get like a few random Australians and actually film them like playing a game though for like your ad. Like, just Nothing.
They couldn't do it because there wouldn't be any game audio. The whole thing would just be beep.
Yeah, true. Nothing but swearing.
If you want to hear our full dive opinions on Redfall previous episode, me and John Doe got to play a whole bunch of it, and we were not impressed. But move.
Hang on, just one thing. I am curious, like in future for games like this, Steam is now bringing out you can trial a game for 90 minutes.
Okay.
There's, I just remembered reading that today, and I meant to post it up for us to have a look at. They're going to start forcing game trials, so you can get a game for 90 minutes and play it before having to pay for it.
What, so like the game, like it'll just kick you out of the game after 90 minutes?
It'll just stop.
I like that.
I get the feeling that's probably to combat people who are like, I only just went over the 2-hour limit.
Yeah, or to stop indie devs releasing 2-hour games or 2.5-hour games or anything like that.
Well, I don't actually have a problem with devs if they only want to make a 2-hour game. If that's all you want to make that.
Yeah.
That's more on the player base to be like, don't refund it just because it's only 2 hours long. If you got it's the right price and the experience is still good, a 2-hour experience is just as valuable as a 90-hour experience. In fact, I'd probably say it's more valuable because you'll probably be bored by the time you finish the 90-hour game.
So they're starting off the trials with the Dead Space remake. You can play the first 90 minutes. And you can still do the full refund if you have played less than 2 hours, and you've got 2 hours in the first 14 days, but at least you can now play the first 90 minutes or first hour and a half.
Although I would say if anyone's thinking about buying the Dead Space remake, buy the Dead Space remake. It's really good. I really like the Dead Space remake.
But this is the first game they've started rolling it out on. Like the first free trial. So hopefully there'll be more and more games that actually start rolling it out. So you're going to have less Redfalls by people like, well, I'll outlay for this game 90 minutes. You know that Redfall's shit within the first fucking half an hour. You don't need 90 minutes to fucking tell that shit.
I wonder what's going to happen. Actually, no, like the matchmaking might take you like a couple of hours in general.
There is no matchmaking. You either play with friends or you play solo.
That's right. They went the weird route.
Yeah.
And they actually like slightly buried the lead on how to play it single player, because I know when I first tried to play it single player, it was like, invite friends to the lobby or you can't start the game.
Yeah. Sounds fun. But I like that idea, actually. It sounds like an interesting thing, but I'm wondering how that's going to start influencing the game, like the games coming out, like, because they always push for that first week being their big, like, we have to get as much as how we can. If people don't have to buy it outright anymore, like, they're just going to play it and then choose after. So hopefully it forces them to start making quality content.
The problem is, are they just going to vertical slice the first 90 minutes?
That is entirely
Well, it's not
possible.
up to the developer to just produce a first 90-minute slice to play. It's the full game. You can get through as much as you can in 90 minutes. So it's not as though they can just front-load a game with good shit and then fucking bury the rest of it.
You don't think they could? They absolutely could.
Most likely they fucking could. But with things like Game Pass, where you can pay $15 to get the entire game, or you can play an hour and a half of a game, at least that's going to come to bear a little more often. But this is going to give you the option to, before you've even there are a lot of games I'd say, fuck, that looks interesting. I'd love to fucking play that, but I don't want to outlay $100 for the fucking thing. If I don't have to watch it on fucking Twitch to listen to some idiot play a game I actually want to fucking play, I get an hour and a half to actually look at a game, say, right, that's enough to get me through the first area, the tutorial bit, the start of the fucking meat and potatoes of this fucking thing. I actually get a feel for it. I think that would knock a lot of Redfalls on their ass.
It would knock a fair few games on their ass, and we kind of need that at this point. It's becoming an epidemic of shoddy games. But I like the idea of that, just because if you're playing and you get to that 90-minute mark and it pulls you up and you didn't realize that you hadn't closed it before that point, to me that says, yes, no, this is a game that I'm probably going to keep going with. If I'm like half an hour to an hour in, I'm like, no, I'm done. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And I've had games like that. Like, I used to feel bad for paying for them. It's like, why?
Yeah. But yeah.
Shall we move on to the next thing?
Probably.
Absolutely. That was sort of two things. 'Cause I remember that 90-minute trial.
Yeah.
I read that today. So.
Although, speaking of stuff to do with multiplayer games, do you know that they've ceased development on Back 4 Blood?
Wait, really?
Yeah, Turtle Rock has stated they have ceased development.
Huh.
That only came
Any
out
reason?
last year, didn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
I've got it.
Did they
I
get
don't think
reviews
I've
for it,
ever
or was it
actually
just-
played it.
I think that's probably half the reason a lot of people haven't played this.
It's not that good. The things they did to try and make it seem unique, I personally think held it back, like their card system. Killing zombies didn't need a card system.
But card systems are all the rage now. We have to have one set.
Well, they wanted to have some kind of progression, but then I would have said a perk system would have been better.
Right.
Even if you had to, like, pick your perks as you played, you know, MOBA style. As you make kills and get through the map, you get a chance to choose a new perk, and you can pick
level
from
up
any of
each
the perks.
playthrough. Like,
Yeah. That would have been fine, but no, they
Yeah.
went with this card system, which means periodically you get to you create a deck of cards, and then periodically you'll be randomly dealt some of them, and you can choose one. That's dumb. That's stupid. Why did you do
Sounds
that?
boring.
Well,
that
because
sounds
the problem
unnecessary.
the problem that arises from it is you don't have all the cards at the start of the game. You have to earn them by playing the game. But playing the game is really difficult if you don't have the cards. So
Yeah.
it creates this feedback loop where you don't want to play the game because you don't have the cards you need to play the game.
Actually, I remember reading a bit about this. Playing solo play, you had access to all of the cards, but as soon as you
Yeah.
played multiplayer with friends, you had to unlock. You had to try and
Yep.
unlock cards. So
100%.
even if you played solo and got used to playing with a certain set of cards, you then had to play enough multiplayer to try and unlock those cards to play how you wanted to fucking play. That just
Yep.
seems
To get
like
them
a
back.
lot of fuck around. You should be able to
Oh, yeah.
unlock like some of those cards during solo play.
Well,
that's
that's
what I wanted
been
to
happening for
do.
years because they're just trying to expand, time for gameplay. It's like, oh no, we can now claim this takes like 20 hours to complete. It's like, yeah, because half of that is backtracking.
Yeah, artificial
But I
bloat
mean, like-
is shit.
In a Left 4 Dead style game, backtracking is a thing.
Yeah,
But the game was a little light on content with this dumb card mechanic. The first 2 DLCs were basically a waste. They added very little content and felt very much like they were just content that should have been in the game carved off for DLC. And then the third
That I'm
one
getting
was the
sick of,
only
yeah.
one that actually added content, and it was too little too late.
yeah.
And yeah, now Turtle Rock is spitting down another multiplayer game.
Like artificial bloat time and everything else is just pissing me off. The games industry has gone to a very strange place.
For an industry I fucking love, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't love me back.
They're
Well, we
just
love
chasing
this
that
industry
massive
enough to
total
study.
playtime, and like that's
Yeah.
their badge of honor. Like,
But I hate total playtime because total playtime creates games like Valhalla.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
Where
I will
half of that
continue to
time is
bitch about
travel
that.
Like, I swear to God, that entire game was travel time.
Yes.
It was horrible. I hate
They,
it.
they managed to get the huge tracts of land, but those huge tracts of land are fucking empty.
yeah.
Also, their shanties sucked. I hated their shanties. They weren't good.
No, some of the stories they told in that were entertaining, but it was like, oh, I've heard this one. Fuck, just give me
Yeah.
something. Shit. But yeah,
Like, at least with Black Flag, I'd see a shanty in the distance, and I would veer away from where the fuck I was doing to chase that
Oh, yeah.
goddamn shanty.
yeah, you'd
No,
actively.
I must get another one.
You'd actively track the map to find other shanties to unlock because holy fuck, all of these are awesome.
Yes.
It was great.
Such a good game.
Although, speaking of that, its spiritual successor is now being delayed again.
Yeah. Light delay.
Like, I honestly, I hate the fact they tried to peg it as a spiritual success to Black Flag.
That-
Like, you got rid of everything that made it fun.
If you
Like-
don't know what we're talking about Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like you can put delay in air quotes. You can also put spiritual successor in fucking air quotes because the soul that was Black Flag has been horribly corrupted and excised from this fucking Black Flag game. Like,
It really has.
holy
Like,
shit! It looks
you can't
soulless
leave your
and
boat.
pointless.
You aren't a pirate. You're a sentient boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the big thing they missed. I loved being a pirate. Like, a
Yeah.
singular pirate on a ship I could control as well. Like, that was fun. I could get up in the rigging, I could snipe people, I could go run around the town for a few hours. It was entertaining. I could find tiny islands and hunt for treasure. Like, it was a good
Hell,
game.
I got to watch the mental degradation of Blackbeard. That was great.
Yeah.
But it could have been so... Like, Black Flag could be so much fucking more. Or, sorry, Skull and Bones could be so much more. Like, you get a ship, but then, like, build your own fucking pirate island and do whatever the fuck you want with that.
Yeah.
Raid other islands to get fucking crew members. Like, call your crew out to fucking raid an island. Like, they could have done so much more with it, not just...
Oh, yeah.
It's a boat.
Yeah,
But
hell,
the boat
They're
tank.
taking the shitty fucking boat mechanics from every Assassin's Creed since Black Flag, and that's the entire fucking game.
See, the weird
God
bit is
damn.
it's Ubisoft. We
Yeah.
know they're a bunch of money grubby bastards.
Yeah.
And they actually chose the less money grubby option. Because the sort of thing you're describing is basically any of those mobile games where they're
Yeah.
like, build a base, raid other players.
Yeah.
You're
But I'd be
essentially
okay
doing
with it if
that.
it had if it had the depth and everything of Black Flag. I'd play the shit.
Though,
I know.
Though I am extremely curious, when Skull and Bones comes out, how the fuck am I going to climb a tower in a boat just to unlock the next part of the map?
Yeah, that's gonna be the
Like,
hardest
how
part.
am I
I
going to
swear to God. Like,
sail up a pole to sit up there and go, right, well, I've unlocked this part of the map. What missions are available?
the greatest thing is going to be watching a ship fall into a giant haystack.
I'm assuming to get up the pole, you're going to have to like hit a wave right and like ramp the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, so now it's going to be Skull and Bones meets Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. All right,
So,
there is one
so
good
you don't
thing
need
about
to,
Skull
you
and
don't need to find
Tony
crew.
Hawk's Pro Skull and Bones.
You don't need to
That'd
find
actually be
crew.
hilarious.
They're all family.
Oh God, the horror.
See, it might even be an inverse fucking tower. You go along, you hit a whirlpool, you hit the bottom, and it unlocks the rest of the map. Yay!
That'd be fun.
And you got to try and sail your way out of it.
God.
I don't know. All I want to do now is ramp a wave and flip the boat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
There is,
literally
like,
want
at
to
least
jump a
one
shark
thing.
in a pirate ship.
Yeah, there is one good thing that Skull and Bones has done over Black Flag. There's only one thing. They took the fucking assassin quest line out.
Yeah.
The problem
That's
is they
it.
took
That's the
all
only
the
thing.
other good stuff out too.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Talk about
you
baby
want
with the
this fun
bathwater.
thing? We're
Yeah.
taking all the Assassin Creed stuff. Like, no, leave the other shit in. We just don't like the assassins. They're dicks. But no.
I mean, I really, honestly, at this point, really wish they just let go of the assassins thing.
Yeah.
All
honestly
the
just
modern
moved on.
day stuff. It's not helping the plot.
No.
Just
It's
be
annoying.
a cool, like, period game franchise. That'll be fine.
Like, I would
Yeah.
happily have played Black Flag if it was just pirates. That's it. Like,
I will admit, Black Flag was the one time, I think, ever I've cared about the modern day plot, because that was
Yeah.
the one where you were a game developer.
Yeah.
And actually,
Yeah.
like, snooping around the office was fun.
yeah.
yeah, it actually
was
made
actually
sense because
interesting.
you found some fun things.
I-
As opposed to every other game, it's like, we're hiding in a cave now. Like, why are you in a cave? Why? What is this?
This game would have been so much better if it had come out in the time that it was supposed to come out. Like,
Yeah.
it was meant to be like one of the next games after Black Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they realized everyone liked pirates. Well, like,
Yeah,
let's
it's
do
like,
pirates.
holy fuck, we could actually do a good pirate game, because I can't imagine, like, Sid Meier's Pirates is the only the fucking pirate game I can think of.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, true. Because that's right. Steve Thieves came out and did a better job of being Skull and Bones than Skull and Bones did. Like, even
And
then,
it's-
that game
and-
is
and-
basically dead.
It's
Yeah,
the only
well-
game fucking Rareware ever develops anymore. They're
Yeah.
meant to have a Perfect Dark in the fucking works, but that's just a fucking
believe
splash
it, I
screen
see
at
it.
the moment. Yeah. So
No, I
so
don't
such
think
a
we'll
good
see that.
developer, and then they just got relegated to fucking Connect.
Although,
God
honestly,
damn.
It
Like-
happens.
I would pay, like, good money for a full HD remake of the original Perfect Dark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
An actual proper full
Yeah.
redo, because you
Stem
could
to stem.
you do
Like a Dead Space level redo.
you do get you can play it on the Xbox, and I think on PC in the Rareware collection. I don't know if that actually got ported to the PC or not,
I
but I
don't
know it was
believe
on the
so, no.
Xbox, because that you had a whole heap of Rareware games, and that was so fucking good. I'd pay for a redo of Perfect Dark and Conker's Bad Fur Day,
Oh, I'd love a redo of
but,
Conker's Bad
and
Fur
like
Day.
with the good Conker's multiplayer. Like when it first dropped, holy
fuck,
the
Raptors vs Caveman.
Yeah,
that was such a
fucking
fun thing.
Like
all of that, like
the D-Day beach running. Holy fuck, that was just fun.
Yes.
I love that so much. The teddies versus squirrels. Yeah, I would pay very good money for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm in for that.
But yeah, such a wasted developer.
It's the thing. A developer gets really good, and then someone bigger or another company comes and snaps them up. It's like, oh, you're making our shitty things now. It's like, no, you're taking a really good artist and giving them like Simpsons
crayons
to draw. Like, fucking stop it.
At the same time, Rare had kind of waned by the time Microsoft got their hooks into them.
Yeah, was it Microsoft before or after Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts?
I think
that was after.
Microsoft.
Yeah,
because that was post Connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the only game they got to develop that wasn't Connect centric.
Yeah, but even then they got screwed because like that was meant to be Banjo 3 and it had a massive overworld.
Yeah,
it was just empty.
Building the vehicle was meant to be a minor part of Banjo 3.
Yeah,
and then it got let's make this bigger, and then absolutely gutted.
I think the last thing Rare made before they got eaten by Microsoft was DK64.
Yeah, which was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I've got to check.
But off the top of my head, like they did GoldenEye, which is like the reason we have a lot of fucking FPSs like we do now. Like that is like the grandfather. We had like the old Doom and Wolfenstein and all that, which gave us the FPS franchise. But then GoldenEye really fucking objective based. Here's your thing. Now fucking go.
Yeah. It improved on that formula.
And then Perfect Dark, I think, upped that again. Because just the whole fucking feeling of it was fucking brilliant. And weapons with multiple functions, which is really fucking cool. Then we had they did Conker's Bad Fur Day, which to this day is one of the funniest fucking games I'd ever played. Funniest games in my fucking mind.
I love it.
DK64, like, they were like the pinnacle on fucking the old N64 days. They were so freaking good.
That was like my childhood right there, I swear. Fuck. It was I still have, I think, the original cartridge for Donkey Kong 64 somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I've still got my my GoldenEye and Perfect Dark cartridges, and I love them. And then they got snapped up by Microsoft, and they just started developing shitty Rare Connect games.
Yeah, basically, it's just
they
wasting
actually
their
made a lot more stuff after DK. That's surprising.
Was Jet Force Gemini one of theirs?
Rings a bell, but I don't think it was.
Yes, it was Jet Force Gemini back in 1999.
Such a good game. Such a
Holy
good
crap,
game.
DK came back in 1999. Fuck.
Yeah. Close the tab. We're getting older. It's like Dorian Gray looking at the fucking painting.
Oh wow! I thought Perfect Dark came out before DK.
No,
it was GoldenEye. DK.
Yeah, GoldenEye was back in 97.
Oh yeah, GoldenEye classic. Yeah, I'd say Perfect Dark was, I'm gonna say around 01.
I thought it was like 01 or 02.
Slightly too far, 2000.
Oh, I was trying to think of what year I was in at school and then associate it there. I knew it was around year 9, year 10.
Conker's Bad Fur Day was 2001.
Yeah, that'd be right. Good.
Yeah, they actually put out a bunch of stuff. Even stuff I remember, which is like...
Honestly, I would love for Rare to come out with a decent new game, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
That's what I'm hoping Perfect Dark will be, but goddamn.
It won't be under Rare.
They made the Viva Pinata games.
Yeah.
Oh man, we lost days to that.
Yeah, we did. I stayed at Swish's house for like 3 days, and we just played Viva Pinata. It was a weird time.
John did the same at one point.
Yeah, I dumped a lot of time with Viva Pinata.
All of you to like playing Viva Pinata at some point because it's just.
I just remember the ducks that would just refuse to stop breeding with their own children.
Yeah, there was some very weird ducks.
Nothing quite like incestuous ducks.
So it was very true to real ducks.
So the actual last big game they made before Sea of Thieves was they did the full remake of Killer Instinct.
I didn't actually play that.
Since then, they got to make the Battletoads remake, which apparently is quite good.
I have heard that it's not bad, but
So,
I just love the fact that it came about because of a meme.
So all they've been able to do is remakes, not even develop anything.
Not even their own remakes. They can't even.
So-
Like,
No.
The Battletoads one isn't a remake. It's an actual like go again.
yeah,
New art style, new story, everything. It's not a remake.
they started from scratch.
From the fucking history of games they've produced to here's Battletoads.
Yeah,
Like,
we made a meme game. Yay!
Well, I mean, they made Battletoads.
yeah, I know, but for their entire fucking catalog, and that's what they end up with. Like,
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I know.
There are so many better
like
games
trying
they
to
could've
do the remake of GoldenEye has been fucking hell for who's got the fucking license to it.
Yeah,
Like, I'd really want to play a newer version of that, but holy shit, like full multiplayer, god damn.
but like, we got a remake of Conker's Bad Fur Day for the Xbox. I don't know why they haven't done it again.
No, but they did a remake of that, but they cut out the best, like, they cut out the
They fucked
multiplayer
over
and
the
made a whole
multiplayer,
new
yeah.
fucking multiplayer thing for it. You've
They
got
tried to make a
fuck-
COD with squirrels. It was
Yeah,
just like,
just keep what you've got. You don't need to do new shit. It's already good.
yeah. Because they were doing that thing, we're going to get in the competitive market. Like, no one is going to be playing competitive multiplayer for Conker's Bad Fur Day. I'm
No.
sorry.
No.
All this should ever be is party games, which is what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I honestly want a redo of that. Like, just ground up redo of Conker's Bad Fur Day, new graphics. I'd be okay.
I don't know
with
if
that.
you could make Conkers
No.
anymore.
You really could.
It would
A lot of the
definitely
jokes
be an
in that were
R18
just-
game.
Oh,
It was an
I'm
R18 back
surprised.
then.
Yeah.
I don't think it was, because back then Australia didn't have an R18 count.
No, it was
M15 plus.
MA15. It just fucking skirted in for Australia. And they actually had to put a couple of censored bars in it.
They did, yeah. But
That's
I
just-
would... at the moment, I would want them to remake it and just go, fuck it, we're going the full R18 rating this time.
Just like,
It's Conker's Bad Fur Day all
right,
over again.
Then that's his. Right, we're just gonna. Right, the board meeting, we're gonna make a furry game.
Yeah, that's all it would be.
I mean, he did want to bang a sunflower.
Yeah.
To be fair, that sunflower had huge tits.
Yes.
So, like, the very beginning of it, his girlfriend gets kidnapped, which is very much fucking Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
In a squirrel form.
Yeah.
And then you start the first mission hungover, and your first mission is to find Advil essentially, so you're no longer hungover, you can walk normally.
Yeah.
And
then you got to knock
Yeah.
the corn out of a shit monster. Oh, such a good game.
That was a
the
dumb
entire
film.
song and number that goes with it.
I still have that on my Spotify somewhere, I swear.
The great mighty Pooh.
The glory days of Rareware. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know how we fucking got here, but
I wish
God
we
knows.
could get that stuff again on the Switch.
Yeah.
I'd buy
Yeah.
it. I'd absolutely go back and play DK and Perfect Dark and Conker's Bad Fur Day.
See, the Switch could probably handle that with a HD remake at this point.
well,
Yeah, it could easily.
Yeah.
the Switch is getting GoldenEye with the old multiplayer, just not online, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the Switch one's local only, and the Xbox one's online only.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I guess.
I think that's the way they did it. I can't remember off the top of my head. One's got one has one type of multiplayer, one has the other, and they don't talk to each
I'm
other.
assuming Xbox would be
Never
the
the two
online
shall
one only
meet.
since you have to pay. Yeah. But,
So,
I would
like,
love it.
can you imagine you're on a bus ride or a train ride or whatever, you got a couple of mates with you, and you can sit there with your Switch and be able to fucking play with those, or sit at a bar or sit at home.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking glory days sitting on the lounge, fucking giving people dead arms to give them a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Or
That'd be amazing. You could play for
fucking
a whole
slapping
hour
the guy who
before
picked
battery
Odd
dies.
Job.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
slaps
always.
only. Fuck yeah.
Slaps only, no Odd Job.
Yeah. God, the old
And
school.
yeah, you make sure the one bloke in the group always cops shit, always ends up with Jaws, a head and a
Yeah.
half taller than everyone else. Fucking just nail him.
The good times.
Such a good game. Oh, clubs only. Love it.
Oh, that was fun. Played way too much GoldenEye as a kid, man.
Fuck yeah.
Jesus.
There was that, and after that was the Unreal stuff. Unreal was a great game. We used to
Yeah,
play a lot at.
That's when I
Unreal
started
still holds
stepping
up.
into PC. Fuck yeah, Instagib. Fuck yeah, all over it.
the Instagib games we used to play back at uni were great.
The amount of people who'd be like, I'm hot shit, and I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Instagib, motherfucker.
What is it? Morpheus 3?
Yeah.
The three towers, so there's like no land, you're basically flying through the air, and it's how good you can shoot. It's like, okay, cunt, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even more fun since, like, the IT guy we had at the time, Noble, was, like, he was ranked somewhere, like, in the high 20s of the world or something for it. He was doing well for himself. And it's like, Instagib means nothing now.
Well, that's where you got to limit them to, okay, it's Instagib, shock rifles only.
Yeah.
Now you got to
Every
be
time he's
accurate
playing.
along with it.
Yeah.
You're not just spray and you get them.
Yeah. That was a great game type. We played a lot of that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. It was fun because people would be like, oh, you guys are playing games. Yeah, join in. And
Yeah.
then we'd crush them.
There was never any remorse. Just,
Oh, God,
welcome
no.
to the pain.
It was adapt or die.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, anyway, I think Rare would have done a better Skull and Bones. Will
Yeah,
they
yes,
have?
they did. Well, they did.
Yeah,
They
they did.
made one.
But I think that even that game is now kind of dead.
It's still
Uh,
getting updates.
It's still got
and
a
stuff.
decent, it's still getting updates, and it still has a decent viewer count on Twitch. And like,
Nice.
I know a couple of people that still play it.
It's
It's not my the game's not my cup of tea, but
good.
good luck to them.
Yeah, we're playing. We're talking about a game before we started the recording. What was recently shut down? Someone recently shut down production on or development for a game that's been out for a while.
Back for Blood.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about this before. My brain.
Like, what are you talking about? We've literally done this on this
It's
episode.
been a long day.
The other big gaming thing, though, is that the Overwatch 2 devs have said, we're not doing that single-player thing anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, you
the
mean
sole
the only
reason we
reason-
put a 2 behind our game, we're not
Yeah.
doing that anymore.
No, we just flat out wanted your money. Thanks.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
God,
honestly
Overwatch.
also believe they were like, they kind of built themselves into a corner balance-wise. And we're like, okay, if we do another one, we can do such an overhaul balance patch that people won't be angry because it's Overwatch 2, not Overwatch 1.
Yeah, but then they fucked up the balance again.
Yes, it did.
Like,
Yeah.
within a week, it was like, oh, we fixed the balance. Like, okay, this is pretty good. Week 1 update, apparently like, unbalanced again. Like, guys, no.
So
Yeah.
much so that they had to take heroes offline.
Yeah, they had to de-roster certain heroes.
but like
It's fucking hilarious.
doing the single player of that should have been the easiest fucking thing. That they didn't have to worry about fucking balance. Let the player be
Yeah.
OP.
Well, that was
They
the
have
whole
also
balls
idea.
already
running
had a
at them.
storyline. They already
In the
had a
single-
storyline originally because the original was meant to be a story about Tracer, and they made it into what it was.
In the single player campaign, there was actually supposed to be a perk tree.
Yeah,
You were
Yeah.
supposed to unlock and get wickedly unbalanced because fuck it, it's the PvE.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Like,
that should have been
fine.
the easiest fucking thing. Like, did they just have like what 3 interns working on that, and then it's like, nah, fuck it, we don't want to pay the interns anymore.
According
We're
to them,
canceling it.
After having experienced the amount it costs and work it takes to maintain and continually run an online shooter of this caliber, they no longer have the available resources and no longer wish to commit the dev time to the single player campaign.
Wow.
How
if
much
only
are they
they'd
making
started
each
out by
month in
making one
microtransactions?
Yeah. Well, it's amazing. Who'd have thought there would be so much, time going into this when they've already done this once?
Yeah.
How did they fail to take this into account?
I don't know.
Like, that is idiotic. Like, oh, we didn't think it would cost this much. Like, you did this already
Yeah.
to great success.
And you've done it a second time with more income, like with more
Yeah.
ways
More
to drag
revenue
money
streams.
out of people.
Like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking
And
about there.
I'm just gonna loosely gesture as I always do when people talk about Overwatch to Battleborn, the game that
Yeah.
came out at the same time, which had deathmatch, full MOBA mode, a full fucking campaign,
Yeah. I fucking
so
love
much
Battleborn.
better.
I had a great time with
way
that game.
better,
Yeah.
way better game. So get out of here with your we can't dev it, it's too hard. Nah, someone already did. They did it at the same time you did, and had a better offering. You just got to be like where fucking Blizzard swing their dick in their face.
Yeah,
They
pretty
moved
much.
their fucking release date to fuck them over.
Oh, that was the worst fucking move. Like, fuck them. It's like, oh, they're threatening our thing. Let's take it away. Like, guys, come on. If your game is so good, it can survive coming out a month after.
It wasn't a month. It was only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But they moved their release date to compete with Battleborn just to crush it.
Yeah. Just to, like, kill it in the cradle, essentially. It's like,
And
nah,
now it's
we're not
now
doing
it's a
this.
dead game, and I can't
Yeah.
make people play it. But I won't shut up about it. I will never be okay with what Overwatch did to
Battleborn was
Battleborn.
such a good game.
Oh, yeah. It's just... There are always some underhanded tactics and shit within this industry. But it's like, that was a fucking overt attack.
Yeah.
Like, that was literally just, you know what? Fuck you. We're taking this. This is our genre now.
Yeah.
But guys, come on. Fair play, for fuck's sake.
So few people even remember Battleborn. I think John Doe's the only other person I know who actually played it.
Yeah.
That's a disgrace. More people should have played Battleborn. Less people should have played Overwatch. Fuck Overwatch. But this whole thing, like, they fucked up the easiest part they could have done. Like, just spin off 2 devs just to, alright, now you go fuck around. Like, take your character, make a few maps. Like, make 5 or 6 maps where you can go through their abilities. The first 2 maps are learning the basic abilities. The next 3 maps are making him OP'd and learning how to use the character. Right now, next character. Just churn through the roster. It should have been easy as fuck. Like, take the base maps you've already got, take an idea from that, and run with it.
Here's the thing. You know Overwatch 1? That had a seasonal event. That was PvE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have and released it already.
And multiple times, it was the storyline of the Overwatch mythos. Like, the problem is, like, I actually kind of liked the lore of Overwatch. It was interesting.
Oh, it should've
but
just
they
been a
never
fucking show.
actually delved it. Like, they
They
would just
released some
drip-feed little
pretty
bits.
fucking awesome, like, little character movies. Like, those little
those are great.
vids that came out. Holy fuck, like, they know how to fucking kick that shit in. Like, the old vids from TF2, and then the ones they did for Overwatch, like, holy fuck, like, they know how to develop a character.
TF2 as well.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah, true.
they were a very similar style of thing.
Yes, they were.
That's
one of those things,
more
like-
what I mean. Like, they can develop a
Yeah.
character and develop a world from describing this
100%.
specific character. And they did it really fucking well. You've got your
Blizzard
plot, you've got your
cinematics have
character.
always been gorgeous.
Yeah, Blizzard used to be the king of the cinematic. I remember when we first went to, well, I don't know about you guys, when I first went to uni, one of the first things in the animation class they showed us was cutscenes from Blizzard games and explained why they are amazing.
Yeah. Like
they
the
were
old
good.
the StarCraft videos, like between missions. Like,
yes.
holy fuck, they were pretty. Like the Zerg wave rolling in over the terrain is like, holy shit, like this is awesome. A movie of this? Holy fuck, I would
That's
watch
the-
that.
When we finally got a World of Warcraft movie, it wasn't even done by their cinematic team. Like,
Yeah.
You had the perfect people for this. Why would you do this? And then the most human actors in that movie were the fucking orcs who were all CG.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad movie. I like the orc parts; they were fun.
Yeah, the opposite good.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but oh my god, Blizzard bad Blizzard.
Hopefully, well, I want to say hopefully they'll get a little better with the fucking with the EU approving Microsoft buying them, but I have no fucking hope.
I mean,
Like-
like how badly could Microsoft fuck these guys up? They've already screwed themselves pretty well.
Really, all Microsoft needs to do is turn up to their office and just march every executive out the back, give whoever takes them out there enough rounds, and then instigate a new swath of people.
Pretty much.
And then
Clearly,
just-
the management of Blizzard doesn't know what the fuck it's doing.
and
Well, they
then
don't know what
as
they're
they're
doing, and they
walking
keep
out, just
sexually
throw bricks of
assaulting
money. Just throw bricks of
Yeah.
money at the devs as they're walking out. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
deal with it. You do what
go
you need
full
to do.
Oprah on them. Like, just new cars for everyone. Fuck it.
You get $1,000, and you get $1,000, and you get $1,000.
Fucking. It doesn't help that a lot of like people who work at video game industries are fucking flat out. They have a shitty job. We know this having tried to break into this industry.
Yep.
But like the whole thing of golding needs to be outlawed. We do need that industry needs a recognizable union of some kind to be like just to turn up and go, can you stop treating them like actual slaves? They are human beings, you know this, right?
Like, sure, like your game is coming out soon. Like, delay the game. Just don't set a release date. Say, ish. Fuck.
Yeah.
Around
you shouldn't need to punch it that hard to fucking get to where you need to be. Just keep going until it's done, and then release it.
Like, there are people who haven't seen their family in months because they sleep and live at the office because they can't afford to go anywhere. And they're not being paid extra. They're on a basic salary. They don't get paid overtime. Like, every bad game, you can see that shit there, where they've just been pushed to the limit and they've had to...
You can see it in good games. I mean, like, you look at the stuff with, like, GTA. Yeah, groundbreaking game. People just didn't see family for months.
But I remember, like, when I was a kid, getting the old N64 Gamer magazine and all that. They never had release dates. They had Christmas fucking 1999, or they had Easter. Like, they had a rough area. Like, it'll come out here. Like, coming out with games now, like, for fucking Starfield, where it was meant to be November fucking a year or two ago, whatever the fuck it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Like, that just gives people a point to focus on, and then when that point isn't hit, that's when they get the fucking backlash.
Yeah.
Just say, we're developing this game.
Yeah.
When we've got it done, we'll fucking tell you.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This is a build on, and we've discussed this before, at the insane rising cost of video games.
Yeah.
It can't just come out whenever. It has to come out and it has to sell. It can't just be like, cool, we're done, we're putting it out next week. They have to have the marketing engine. They have to make sure that the sales happen, because the games cost way too much. I mean, I can't remember what the time frame is, but like Doom and Doom 2 were like produced in like 16 months.
Yeah.
On a revolutionary engine for the time.
But for the amount that these games cost, the amount that goes into them to play it, we should never have a Redfall. It should have been cancelled 2 years ago.
Or at the very least, like, at that point you shelve it and you have something to build on later. Like,
that'll never happen. They'll always be like, we've got to recoup the cost. That's my point. The things cost too much. Reasonable expectations of what your game can achieve need to happen. You can't just keep trying to be GTA 5. Rockstar is in an incredibly unique position.
Yeah.
They get to sit back and go, shut up, we'll make it when we feel like it.
Yeah.
And we will take as long as we goddamn want. Hell, if you want to go even further, Valve is in even more of a unique position where, one, they own the most the biggest storefront in the world, so they never have to worry about resources. But one of their key philosophies is they don't like making games if that game doesn't push gaming forward.
Yeah.
It's why once they got a hold of VR and VR started to get big, they made Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
Because they saw it as a pushing game technology.
Which is good.
And it really is one of the best games on VR.
It is. It is amazing. It and Boneworks are the two most impressive games I've ever played in VR.
Yeah. But we've also proven with, like, the AA games, like, you don't have to spend a shit ton of money to make a good game.
The AA sphere is a much better target, I think, for so many more developers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to fight with the big guys. You don't have to be up there trying to take on Call of Duty. Not that Call of Duty's doing these days.
You don't have to be the console seller.
Yeah.
Like, you can be the add-on game. Like, you can be the pleasant surprise for the buying a console, and that second game you get, it's like, oh shit, this is actually pretty fucking cool.
You can be the portal to Half-Life Episode 2.
Yeah, fucking oath. Like, holy
We all bought the orange box for Half-Life, but we all played Portal.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
There has never been, and there will never be, a better deal than the orange box.
No, that was amazing.
That was a...
Half-Life Episode 2, TF2, and Portal.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, there has never been a better deal than that, and there will never be a better deal than that. Ever. Like, because now each one of those would go for $100 a pop.
Yeah.
Yep.
whether they're a
Absolutely.
fleshed out idea or not, they'd try and sell them at $100 a pop.
And I'm pretty sure Orange Box wasn't $100 even
No.
in Australia.
No,
No, it
I
was-
bought
it was
that
like
for I think
$90.
$45 at JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
I think I might have paid 70 at an EB.
Yeah,
Like, I think the most I saw it when it was at its absolute highest was like 80 to 90.
like
And that was like a Target
Yeah.
or something, which was like,
And
we're going to charge a shit out
now
of this.
most games are pretty regularly $120 here because
Yeah.
fuck us, we live in Australia.
Like, I get that that it costs a lot to make them and everything, but if it's costing that much, scale down.
Yeah.
yeah.
Please,
Or if
for
you
the love
have
of
too many
Christ.
staff. Like, if you have so many staff working one thing, that's always going to bring up a lot of extra fees. Split your team. If there's so many people working on it, split the team into smaller parts and have them running 2 games. You don't have to put all of your eggs in this one basket and hope to God it fucking sells. You can diversify. You can do other shit. Like, try something new. Maybe it'll be a hit. Like, Portal was a fucking tech demo,
Yeah.
and it exploded.
A tech demo we played in uni before it was ever a thing.
Yeah, it was great. But it's one of those things, like, it was added to the Orange Box as an afterthought, because, hey,
Yeah.
we have this tech
It
demo,
was a
these guys have made a
it was
thing.
a stocking stuffer for the
Yeah.
the content.
Because they were like, we can't, sell this. It's not a complete game. It's not a full thing.
It's just a fun puzzle thing.
Yeah. And then it did fucking gangbusters. We got a sequel out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, these kind of little experiments can pay off very well.
It's funny because I remember Portal more than I remember the Half-Life game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, for just a little tech demo for the impact that had on the gaming community.
Ah.
Like,
The humor and everything else that came with
Yeah.
it was just so well done because it was made by a few guys who were just making it for shits and giggles to test out an idea.
I still know
no.
people that laugh at the cake is a lie. Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, that is a big fucking impact.
But yeah, no, we need more Portals and less Redfalls.
Yeah.
Like, God, do we need less Redfalls?
We need more
But-
orange boxes. Just like, throw shit in there to see what happens.
Particularly if you're a publisher.
Fucking
Yeah.
oath.
Like, if you, not that they'd ever do it because they're too money grubbing, but if you're a company like EA, and you own a lot of studios, have them all make something, slap it all in a box, and see what turns out to be the cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they could have
Don't-
done that with Redfall. If you look at Redfall from any point, even if someone high up the production line is going to look at that and go, "Ah, that's fucked." If they just go, you know what, we're going to bundle this with 2 other games that have been worked on that aren't going to sell as well unless they're associated with something bigger, and bundle it and go. That way, Redfall wouldn't have been such a disaster because, this sucks, but I've got these other games I can play. Like, it would.
Or
be
you
fine.
might have been at least more favourable to play Redfall because
Yeah.
it wasn't the whole thing.
Even if for shits and giggles, it's like 3 very different games in the
Yeah.
same universe.
Yeah.
Like, so you've got
Wouldn't
your Redfall FPS, and then maybe another one is like your survival fucking hut building thing, and then another one is just some little fucking top-down crawler.
Make it a stealth horror or something. It's vampires. Make them scary again. Like,
Yeah.
You can't see. You're doing a stealth thing. You have to hide. You can't be found. If you are, you get drained. That kind of stuff. But no,
So,
they
if-
wouldn't have done that. They just went
If
all
you've
in.
played Redfall, there is no way in fuck those vampires should have overtaken anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not an American town.
No,
That's
not when
the main
every
thing.
house has got several ARs just under the lounge or in the fucking closet. You don't even need silver bullets; they just fucking die.
Like Metro Australia, they could probably get a good foothold in. The second they got to rural Australia, they'd be fucked.
There's one of the guys at my work. He really likes country music.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. He actually plays some quite listenable country music. But there's one song that I am absolutely convinced, and I don't care that I know the song is about something else, is a dude who's like, if you give me money, I will go fight aqua werewolves. Because there's a song about that if he'd won $1 million, he'd buy a truck, a boat, a gun, and silver bullets.
Nice.
That
Hey.
man is give me money and I will fight the aqua werewolves for you.
Yeah. Fucking done. We don't know if they're out there, but by God, we'll try and find them.
He
I don't
knows
know,
something.
be out the
He
Florida
fucking
Everglades.
knows something. Yeah.
At the back of the bayou, somewhere there's aqua werewolves.
He's out there hunting weregators.
And now I just want to watch Monster Hunters Incorporated again. I just need to
Good
read
set
that
of
series. Good books.
Actually, I
Fucking
should
great.
check if they've got another book out yet.
I think they might do. Actually,
God damn it, I'm gonna have to look now.
to Audible. But yeah, no, it's one of those things. The games industry is kind of in the shitter, and it is kind of funny to laugh at, but at the same time, it's an industry I really love, and I don't want it to die.
Yeah. Yeah, even if they just threw a couple of little indie games in there. Just something.
Something to spice some things up, or like, oh, we had a bunch of interns in, so we made them make a game to see if they could actually do stuff and hide the good ones. Here's the game they made. Like,
But,
you could do something.
yeah, no doubt.
But no, it's that whole thing is. It's why I don't like the when production houses say, "Oh, it's very expensive to make games." Like, no, it's expensive to have a large team working on a single game.
Well,
You don't need that.
it's expensive to develop a game where you've got either feature creep or the person at the top you can't say no to.
Yeah, that's already.
And they
bad.
have to, like, well, this is my idea, so you need to develop my idea. It's like, your idea is dumb. Like,
Yeah.
you need to be able to have someone who can say, okay, my idea is dumb. Why is it dumb? Yeah, that isn't
How do we
fucking
improve
dumb.
it?
Like,
Yeah.
people
Like,
get
if the answer
invested
is
in
just
their own
it's
shit.
dumb with no like follow up, then it's alright.
No,
this is bad.
there needs
But
to
if
be
it's
a-
actually someone going, it's dumb because of this reason. It's like, cool.
Yeah. And not even that, like, it's dumb because of this reason. Here's a different idea.
Yeah.
Or, I think this is dumb, but someone else has got an idea that could work for it.
Yeah.
Makes it a little more open development, not just, my idea is the only idea I have, God.
Yeah. But some people just they like to hold on very tight to their
Yeah.
their ideas. They don't like letting go. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
weird things.
not letting go of things that fucking really should be. Ubisoft wants to sell Ezio's digital soul.
Oh,
This is so dumb. This is so
It was
dumb.
already dumb, but then Seth found more things that made it dumber.
The whole idea is you essentially purchase a NFT. This then interacts with an app on your phone, which has some fucking
You can,
real life
you can make your
function to
Ezio
it.
pretty.
Yeah.
You can
essentially
doll him all up for
allows
the
you to
party.
collect things that essentially just let you dress him up, and you can make your own pretty Ezio, and then you can get them to print it in 3D in an acrylic box, which has an NFC chip on it, so you can authenticate it as yours, and that's it. It doesn't do anything in any games, which means it is less functional than an amiibo.
Yeah. Although, you'll be really funny, because I know it's going to happen because of how bad they are with their shipping. They're going to send the wrong thing to the wrong person. What happens then? Because then they have the physical representation of another person's NFT.
But they don't own the NFT, so they can't authenticate it.
As
How many can I get printed?
But
What
does
if
it matter?
all
It
of
doesn't do
No,
anything.
absolutely, it doesn't matter. But if I can get like one costume and get 10 of those, and then change one detail and get 10 of those, and keep cycling through that, eventually I'm going to have copies of everyone else's fucking NFT that buys into this piece of shit. So they're even more fucking worthless. Now they're just pieces of shit. And if I could sell that lump of plastic, but I keep the digital NFT, who has the license to that?
Theoretically, you
assuming.
as the only person who can authenticate it.
Yeah. So I can sell lumps of plastic to people who don't know any better, like the people who buy fucking NFTs, and just keep hocking those bastards off without any of
you
it being
what.
worth anything.
Can you tell we don't like NFTs? I don't think we're being subtle enough. Fucking...
Look, this has less value than most NFTs.
Yeah.
Like, there's no market here. It is literally have a little tchotchke for your fucking desk.
Yeah. This entire
Like,
thing.
what the fuck?
This
You're
entire
a game
thing has
company.
less,
Integrate it.
This has less value than the plastic it would cost to make this piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. Like,
I
have a 3D printer. I wouldn't even waste the plastic making one of these
No.
things.
I don't get it when, like, you can create this ultimate custom Ezio, and then it does nothing. Like, why does it do nothing? Like, I don't want NFTs to infect my games, but like, at least like, look at the amiibos.
Yeah.
You scan them, and then you get bucks in a game.
No, do what the Diablo 3 like collector's edition did, because I got that one. It has that little demon head with the crystal USB.
It's Diablo
USB,
skull with the soul shard.
Yeah, like on the soul shard on the USB for it, you have the original Diablo in full.
Yeah.
And you can play it. They gave it to you. Do that for the NFTs. Like, alright, cool, you bought this NFT thing. If you scan this, it'll take you through and you can play the first game.
Yeah.
It's useless now. No one's buying it. It's like $5 on Steam. Have at it.
Yeah.
But no, it does literally nothing. It sits there and gathers dust.
I feel like you'd have to give people Assassin's Creed 2, though.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
because such a better
it's
game.
Ezio.
And like maybe the trilogy, like
That'd be good.
Maybe.
2.2 and 2.3. Like
That would definitely help them rebuild their shattered fucking reputation at this point. Like,
See, like, all we're doing is actually giving value to the thing, which they are not interested in.
no, we're seeking value. We're trying to think of what you could add to actually give it any form of value. Because like even if they did do an NFT where you could use your custom Ezio in another game, like I like when I play a fucking game that my character fits the environment of that fucking game. They actually feel like they're part of that world, not just okay. Now this is a setting set in medieval England. I'm gonna look like someone who doesn't fit in at all.
yeah.
Like, just seems fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, that's the thing I have with... That's why I'm really liking Zelda at the moment, because most of the stuff is just generic. It's like, oh, I can just make this better.
Yeah.
So I can look however the fuck I want. But,
Tears of the Kingdom has been an interesting experience.
I'm enjoying it so far, but it takes some time to get used to. The fact you can build a full-on mech in it, though, is fucking hilarious, and we are getting some amazing memes out of this.
It's mostly just flaming dicks.
Oh yeah, there's that. But like one of my favorites, I'll put it up on the Facebook channel after this. But essentially, it's just like Ganon looking terrified up into the sky. It's like just Ganon watching me build a full-on aircraft carrier. It's like, yes.
Have you seen the one where someone crucifies the Kurok
Yeah.
and then sets it on fire? Because fuck the Kuroksies. They were a dumb idea and they're dumb this time.
Yeah. But like, I'm enjoying that game, but it's mostly because of the antics you can get up to in it, and the memes that have come from it are great. It's fun.
I haven't played enough of it. I only just got off the tutorial island, which takes a little while.
Power through till you get the paraglider, and then everything is much easier. But the first time they do it, they just fucking yeet you into the fucking atmosphere. It's like, you got the paraglider. Fucking gun! Just up into the clouds, like, I don't know where I am.
I got fucked up because, like, the last thing you do on the tutorial island is you have to use this glider thing to get down.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that the thing was timed.
Yeah, neither did I the first time, because I was like, I'm just going to soar around.
It just disappeared, and I'm like, oh, I'm not over water. I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah, consider me a bad gamer, but I tried Breath of the Wild, and I lost interest real fucking quick, and I've almost no interest in playing this one either. I'd rather play Star Wars, like Jedi Survivor, several times.
Yeah, that's
I'm still going to do that. Like, I'm definitely still going to be playing Jedi Survivor.
I'm more interested in Survivor. I'll probably play more of Tears of the Kingdom after I finish Survivor.
Tears of the Kingdom is going to be a wonderful between game for me.
Yeah.
So when I'm not playing something else, I'm going to be playing Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to be good.
Although, like, what is it? This week, Harrot went into 1.0, so I can finally play all of that. And next week, I get Bolt Gun.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to Bolt Gun. I'm a giant nerd for boomer shooters. And then they went, hey, you want to do 40k boomer shooter? Give me now.
Never would have expected you for a boomer shooter. Not at all. Never.
No, not at all.
The fact that I'm a big fan of Quake and still play every
next
boomer
you'll
shooter
tell
that
me
gets
you like
uploaded.
the Alien franchise. That can't be fucking right.
So I don't know how anyone would get that.
Yeah, right?
Although, like, unfortunately, it's probably not going to drop before we record, but we might put out a little bonus episode next week if we can find some time. If not, we'll do it next week, because trailer season starts next week.
Yeah, and the
Yay.
bastards aren't adhering to our schedule.
How fuck? We should send them an email. You need to release this
Right?
earlier in the fucking week.
Embrace our
We need to
inner
look at
boomer
this shit
and
so we
write
can
an
talk about it.
angry
Thank
email.
you.
So it starts next week with Sony on Wednesday, America time, which is irritating. If it was Wednesday here, it'd be right on time for us. But it starts next week. If we can find a little time, we might put out a little bonus episode, checking on that, so you don't have to wait a whole week. But no promises on that. You might have to wait the week.
You will have to wait an entire week for our dulcet tones. Talking video game bullshit.
Yeah.
Sometimes not even video game bullshit. Sometimes
No, it's just
plain
random bullshit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just bullshit.
We will likely have some. We'll be having, and I think like the week after that's Microsoft, and then trailer season really kicks off. So
I want to see the
We'll probably have a
Starfield
couple
shit.
of-
I'm so hopeful for fucking Starfield. God fucking damn.
I'm dreading seeing the Starfield stuff because I don't want them to fuck it up. And if I see it in the trailer, I'm like, no!
I just want
as far as
Skyrim in space. I
as
just
far
want
as I'm
Skyrim
concerned-
in space.
They have already said the wrong thing in the last time they talked about it.
What
The last time they talked about it, they went, "We're simulating a whole planet." Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Not only a planet, we're doing the whole solar system. Okay, you guys are thinking a little grand here. Maybe calm it down. We're not thinking a whole solar system. We're thinking a whole galaxy arm. Okay, this is going to be procedural garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as every planet isn't just brown mud ball like it was
It's
at the
going to
start
have
of...
to be.
Well, the thing is that you can get some decent stuff, but the asset library they're going to have to use could be extensive.
They're not going to.
No,
No way.
all I'm banking on there
Bethesda.
is modders are going to change the guts out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Mod
Good.
an entire fucking planet. Do whatever you want. We're going to
Like,
have
a
entire
month-
fucking flaming dick planets.
We're
Like-
going to have the entirety of the Fallout series on a planet somewhere. Someone will spend the time
yeah.
to make it.
6 months to a year after this game comes out, it'll be fucking aces.
Oh, yeah.
But not because of Bethesda.
But that's
No.
every Bethesda game.
No.
Except
Like-
76.
It's the
Yeah.
the most
'Cause you can't
fucking
mod it.
modded planet is when you land on the planet, you're going to wake up in the back of a fucking wagon.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what we're going to get? We're going to get Boob World.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
guaranteed.
within
We're
seconds.
finally going to be able to see Boob World, despite
Yeah.
the fact that Rick and Morty won't give it to us.
Yeah. Pretty much. But
Look,
like,
as far as I'm concerned with Starfield, it's hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Absolutely.
trust.
No, zero trust, but I've got hope. It hasn't completely died yet.
yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
my heart beats once in a while.
Once every 100 or so years.
Once every decade. Yeah.
We're not immortal vampires. That's not why we hate Redfall. Shut up.
Oh god, we'd be the worst
I'll tell
at like
you-
being
I'll tell you, it
vampires.
beats-
None of us are rich.
It beats once every positive Redfall review.
Yeah.
So it beat a lot at the start until everyone got to actually try it, and then just
Dude, like a week after that came out and it was trash. And like, I'm not saying this website would have done anything else but publish trash. But BuzzFeed tried to put out an article about why you'd love Redfall.
Oh yeah, and what this will be your next favorite game? It's like God.
Why you would love
damn,
Redfall? Because they paid us money. Doesn't
Yeah.
that make you happy?
Fuck BuzzFeed.
I'm surprised
Dig
they're still
up,
going. I thought they were
stupid.
dead.
Anyway, we're out past an hour, so I think we're done for the week.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.